Today, more than 350,000 babies will be born around the world. Each year, there are approximately 130 million births worldwide. Yet even at birth, we are different. In fact, non-physiological gender differences can be observed within 8 seconds of birth. In her book, Same Words, Different Language, gender intelligence specialist Barbara Annis points out that baby girls are more sensitive to light, sound, and touch. Girls are more easily comforted by soothing words and singing. And even before understanding language, girls are better than boys at identifying the emotional content of speech. Girls tend to show greater interest early in life in communicating and connecting with other people. Girls are more likely to live according to the slogan, "We are together in this." On the contrary, tendencies are that young boys are more individualistic and more competitive. Boys are more likely to relate to the motto, "Life is a contest." Virtually every professional scientist and researcher working in the field of gender has concluded that men's and women's brains are different, and that those differences influence almost everything we do. Things like communication, listening, problem solving, decision-making, emotion processing, conflict resolution, and stress management. Men and women are not the same, but that certainly doesn't mean they can't fulfill the same professional responsibilities. Yet the political and business workplace has traditionally been a male-dominated environment. And instead of embracing the unique abilities that women can provide, they have often been discouraged from leadership opportunities.
Women don't always feel that their opinions are heard and given the same credence that their male counterparts' comments are given.
I was with a senior leader in my organization who would not make any eye contact with me in a 2-hour meeting of 4 people, and he's sitting directly across the table from me. And it occurred to me that sometimes it just takes some time for them to get used to you being in the room and having an opinion.
In order to implement systemic change, the Women's Leadership Institute created the ElevateHER Challenge. The challenge is a specific, research-based template that guides organizations through 6 steps, helping them self-assess, develop, and implement the ElevateHER Challenge within the organization's own unique structure. The ElevateHER Challenge is as follows. Number 1, increase the percentage of women in senior leadership positions.
As a rule, in most organizations, the senior executives are male. That's just the reality. And so the reason why it's important that men do this is that they are in the single most powerful position to make some changes.
I've chosen in my career to surround myself with people that I think can help me from a mentor perspective. But what I found with the female mentors I've used, when I talk with them about a situation, they give me a lot more of in-depth insight about potential consequences for something I'm considering, or ask me to think about other things I haven't potentially thought of.
Number 2, increase the retention rate of women at all levels of your organization.
There was one day I was feeling pretty down, pretty frustrated, and I was really starting to wonder, is this the place for me? Can I be effective here? Can I make a difference? And I received a call from the director of human resource that day, out of the blue. And it was just a simple call to check on me, see how I was doing. And he redirected my thoughts to why I was there and the difference I could make. And said, you don't need to change anything about you. Just be you, because you're here because we need you here now. And hearing those words was just divine intervention. It was so helpful. Just knowing that I have somebody positive who's cheering for me makes all the difference.
Number 3, increase the number of women on your board of directors and encourage women to serve on community and corporate boards.
We look for as much diversity as we can possibly have in our team, and we're so excited, men, women, different ethnicities, people from all over the world. It just makes us better to have all these different points of view. We want someone who thinks differently. If everyone is thinking the same way all the time, if everyone has on the same blue suit every day, it's just not going to help us innovate.
The data would suggest that organizations that have women board members, women in key executive positions, tend to just, on average, be more successful.
I think that we all need to be open to other people's opinions and perspectives and be willing to learn from them.
Number 4, monitor pay by gender and close identified gaps.
I see a future where women will be equally compensated for the work that they do. We know that in virtually every level, in every functional area, in general, the women get equally as good, if not better scores on nearly everything than their male counterparts. And so for the companies who persist in just closing their eyes and not seeing the opportunity, what that suggests is they're just kind of plain biased.
Number 5, establish a leadership development and/or mentoring program for women.
I've been blessed to have a lot of great mentors in my life, and most of them have been male.
The reality is that if you think about mentoring as something being done by a very senior person for a more junior person, statistically it's going to largely happen between a senior male and a female.
In my professional path, they've not only been personal mentors and professional mentors, but friends and an important go-to network in those really difficult crossroad times one inevitably has in a career.
Number 6, recruit women to run for public office.
I had the opportunity to serve in the legislature in the State House of Representatives, and I felt honored to be able to do that and felt respected in my ability to get 6 pieces of meaningful legislation passed while I was there. And what was fascinating about that experience is that everyone has an equal vote, and you're representing 35,000 people, and your ability to work with people is what makes you effective on the Hill.
The ElevateHER Challenge gives political and business leaders specific steps they can take to create a more supportive environment for growing and developing female leaders in their organizations. The opportunity is here. The possibilities are limitless.
I think there is a tremendous opportunity for lasting impact on the mindset of those who engage in that challenge, who commit to the challenge.
Any large-scale culture change requires many advocates or supporters to be successful.
Men need to be involved in this cause.
It's important for women to cheer for each other, but I think there's something very special about having a man standing in your corner as well. I think that adds authenticity, I think that adds strength, and I just feel braver knowing that the men on my team are cheering for me.
I was asked to go to a meeting and meet with a group of guys for a project we were working on, and I was being introduced to all of the gentlemen on the other team and extended my hand to shake the person's hand, and they kind of just dismissed me and kept talking. And my boss, who was new, stopped everything, stopped what he was saying and stopped speaking, and reintroduced me and made sure that everyone shook my hand before continuing on.
When it comes to women's leadership, I see a future where we can raise strong and capable daughters who have every opportunity to succeed as leaders in companies or in politics.
We'll see greater value as we work together with one another and respect the differences that we have and respect the unique gifts and talents that each of us brings to the table.
I see the lasting impact of the ElevateHER Challenge as helping Utah to become one of the nation's leaders in women's leadership.
It isn't going to happen just by chance. It isn't going to happen just by us hoping it. It will happen because we really thoughtfully, painstakingly do those things that will make it occur.
I see a future where it's normal for women to be in the highest levels of public service and in business.
Women provide a competitive edge in today's environment. They will make a difference in the bottom line. They will make a difference in the boardroom. They will make a difference in the process and the outcomes. They will make your organization stronger and smarter, and outcomes will be sounder. We'll have better public policy, because when we have all perspectives represented in the dialogue, we have stronger outcomes.